Hello and welcome to this new video. This video is for first year students. It is to prepare you for your coming tests or maybe your exam, okay? Since you asked me to do one, so I'm managing my time to do this for you. Okay, so I will be reading the text, so listen carefully so that you can do the activities that follow, okay? So here I start. It is easy to think of the world's oceans as indestructible bodies so deep and wide they can absorb anything. Enormous they are, 300 million cubic miles for water spread over 70% of the Earth's surface. The only trouble is that we have managed to clog all the seas of the world with something like 20 billion tons of rubbish, including everything from soda cans to radioactive waste and exotic chemicals to heavy metals. And now, perhaps the oceans are finally telling us that enough is enough, and that those waters have suffered the worst effects of pollution. At the bottom, the problem is one of overpopulation in coastal areas and inadequate waste management. In the worldwide of pollution, almost no one is blameless. The irony is that the technology of expertise already exists to alleviate some of the world's effects. For instance, there are treatment plants that take the heavily contaminated water and make it drinkable. Such facilities are terribly expensive, but it may eventually become clear that the costs of not investing in them is even higher. So this text is we came up of this text from Wikipedia. Okay, here you can pause the video and read the text again. So here I will start reading the questions and we will answer together. We try. Okay, you can pause, answer the question, and then correct with me. Okay, so here are the questions. I will do a quick move. You can pause, answer them. You can go back in the video to answer. Try to do the activities. Okay, here is the test. Okay, so I will start reading the questions so we answer together. Okay, so the first question says, choose a general idea of the text. So, is it pollution of the environment? Is it the world's polluted oceans or measures taken to fight water pollution? So, what is it? So, the text here talks about the world's polluted oceans, right? It does not talk about pollution of the environment. It doesn't say or talk about measures taken to fight water pollution, but it talks generally about the world's polluted oceans. Okay, so this is the right answer. Okay. This yeah, here this with another color. Okay, this is the right answer. Okay, so now we move to something else. The second question, actually, are these statements true, false? Write T or F next to the letter corresponding to the statement. So is it true or false? Okay, so here we have the first sentence says oceans tell people to stop throwing rubbish. Is it true or false? So of course the oceans, المحيطات or البحار, are telling people to stop throwing rubbish. Nufayat, right? So this sentence here is what? It is true. Okay, so we write T directly, means it is true. Second one, demographic explosion, انفجار demography, caused water pollution. Is it true or false? So yes, of course, it causes water pollution. So we say T for true. And the next sentence says polluted waters cannot be treated. Polluted waters cannot be treated. Really? Can they really not be treated? So it is false. They can be treated. Okay, نقدروا نتعاملوا معهم. So نقدروا نعالجوهم. Okay, so we say this is false. Okay, so this sentence here is false. We write F for false. The last one, the treatment of polluting water is cheap. Is it really? Is it expensive or cheap? What did they say in the text? We read somewhere that it is expensive. Such facilities are terribly expensive. Okay, so always read and reread and reread and read again the text, okay? Read the text multi times so that you can answer the questions, okay? And so that you can get the general idea of the text. Okay, so this one is false. So we have true, true, false, false. Okay, next question. Answer the following questions according to the text. So here we have question A. What makes people think that oceans can absorb anything? What makes people think that oceans can absorb everything, anything? So we go back to the text and read. What makes people think that oceans can absorb anything? Here we have, it is easy to think that the words oceans are as indestructible bodies so deep and wide so that they can absorb anything. يقدروا يمتصوا everything, anything. Okay, كل شيء. Enormous they are. So we have, because the oceans, and here we have, they are 300 million cubic miles of water spread over 70% of the Earth's surface. Okay, so here we can say 300 million cubic miles of water spread over 70% of the Earth's surface makes people think that oceans can absorb anything. So this is the reason, okay? So here we can write like this. We can answer the question like this. We can say 300 million cubic miles of water spread over 70%, we are here, okay? Cubic, yes. 70%, we have 70%. We delete this. Yes. Okay. I go back. Here, 70% of the Earth actually surface, okay, makes people think that oceans can absorb anything or everything. Full stop. Okay, surface. We have surface here. Oops. Yes, surface. Okay. Okay, here we have question B. What does question B says? So, what can be done to alleviate some of the effects of pollution? So, what can be done? So, of course, you will have to read the text again, look for the answer so that you can answer the question. Okay? Yeah. So, for that question, we can say the following. We can say, we should treat plants that take the heavily contaminated water and make it drinkable. Okay, so we will have, or we should, or we ought to treat plants so that we take the heavily contaminated water and make it drinkable. Okay, here we can write this. This is the answer. Okay, here we can write, we should treat plants that take the heavily contaminated water, I said, yes, and make it drinkable. So we make the water drinkable, okay? We treat plants by making water drinkable, and we highlight this, or we just do this. We change the color to red. Okay, so now what or who do the underlined words refer to in the text? So we have two words. Okay, the first one we have they, and then we have the in paragraph 2. So they in paragraph 1, we go to paragraph 1 here. They is underlined here. They, what does it refer to? So to know what does the word refer to, we go back to the text. We read what is before that word, the sentence that is before that word, so that we know what does it refer to. Okay, so here we read, it is easy to think of the words oceans as indestructible bodies so deep and wide they can absorb anything. Enormous they are. They are. What do they mean, they? By saying they. They, شكون. Okay, so they refers to the words oceans. Okay, enormous they are. What is enormous? So what is enormous is the words oceans. Okay, so this is the expression that they refers to. Okay, so we copy this and put it here. Okay, so here, what does the word refers to? Okay, what does the word refer to? Okay, now we move to the next one. We change the color of this one to red, and then we move to the second one. So that in paragraph 2, what does it refer to? We go to paragraph 2 and read. Here is that. So for that, here we read again, of course. We start from here. In the world wide of pollution, almost no one is blameless. The irony is that the technology and expertise already exist to alleviate some of the worst effects. For instance, there are treatment plants that take the heavily contaminated water and make it drinkable. So what takes the heavily contaminated water and make it drinkable? So the thing that take the contaminated water and make it drinkable is the treatment plants. So there are treatment plants so that refers to the treatment plants. Okay, we copy this and put it here. Okay, so treatment plants, so that refers to treatment plants. Okay, so this is the right answer. Now we will have to give a title to the text. For the title, you are free to give whatever title, of course. The title is just the paragraph, okay, or what you have in the text. Okay, so for the title, we can say water pollution and its effects. Okay, we can write, we just choose another color, water pollution and its effects. Okay, so this is the right title. Of course, you can give another title. You are free, as I said. So now we move to B, text exploration. We have find in the text. We have find in the text words whose definitions follow A. We have B. We have two expressions. So the first expression in paragraph 1. So when you find paragraphs like this, that means that you will have to go back to that paragraph and look for the synonym. What does the verb or the expression refer to, the word refers to. Okay, so this is what we mean by putting a number of the paragraph between brackets. Okay, so for the first one we have can't be destroyed. So we go back to paragraph 1 and read can't be destroyed. The synonym of can't be destroyed. What can be written instead of can't be destroyed, لا يحطم. Okay, so we read the text we said in paragraph 1 and the right word is indestructible. Okay, indestructible is the right word, is the right synonym, okay, of this expression can't be destroyed. All right, so here we put the verb, yes, here indestructible is the right answer. Okay, yeah, now we move to B, fast increase of inhabitants in paragraph 2. Fast increase of inhabitants in paragraph 2. We go back to paragraph 2 and look for the synonym. So we have at the bottom the problem is one of overpopulation. Okay, overpopulation, the increase of inhabitants, les habitants ou bien سكان, ارتفاع في عدد السكان, we can say fast increase of inhabitants and we can say overpopulation. Okay, yeah, so this is the right synonym. Okay, here we can say overpopulation or fast increase of inhabitants. We can say can't be destroyed or indestructible. Okay, now we move to complete the following chart as shown in the example. So we have the words, prefixes, roots, and suffixes. So here we have for the first one, dangerous. What is the prefix, the roots, and the suffix of dangerous, palpable, and irrelevant? So here, okay, so for dangerous, well, put in mind that not all words have prefixes, okay? Some of them have the root, have the suffix, but doesn't have the prefix, okay? So for this first one, dangerous, it doesn't have a prefix, okay? So the root is danger, okay? Danger, something dangerous, danger, خطر. And for the suffix is us, okay? O-U-S. And the next one we have palpable. For palpable, it doesn't have a prefix as well, but it has a root and it has a suffix. So for the root of palpable is palpate, okay? Palpate, okay? Palpate, and its suffix is able, okay? Yeah. The next one we have irrelevant. Irrelevant. So this word has a prefix, has a root, but does not have any suffix, okay? So we have the prefix is ir and the root is relevant, okay? Relevant, sorry, and has no suffix, as I said, okay? Now we move to the next task. Put the verbs in brackets into the correct form. We have two sentences here, okay? So we have, if we stop drinking sodas, we, the verb to be, less bloated. So what can we say here? And in sentence B, I will be reading the next sentence, sentence B. Our environment, the verb be destroyed, we have be destroyed if pollution to continue to increase. Okay, so for the first one, we can see if here. Okay, so this sentence is what? What is it? Conditional. Which conditional? Which type? Conditional. Which type? So is it type 0, type 1, or type 2? So this sentence, of course, is type 1. Okay, so if we stop drinking sodas, we less bloated. So here we can say we will be, okay? We will be less bloated. We will be less bloated. Why? Because this sentence is type 1, and in type 1 we said that it expresses future possibility, okay? Future possibility, something that can happen in the future, okay? Here, so it is will be bloated, less bloated, okay? The next sentence we have our environment be destroyed if pollution to continue to increase. So here, what can we say about this sentence? Is it type 0, type 1, or type 2? What is it? So this sentence here is type 1 as well. Why? Because here we have our environment be destroyed. So what can we say? I gave B. So we say here our environment will be destroyed if pollution continues to increase. It is type 1 as well, future possibility. Can happen in the future. Our environment can be destroyed if pollution continues to increase. Okay, so the first verb in the future simple and the second verb here in the present simple, because as we said, after if the verb is in the present simple and then comma and then future simple, as in the example here. Okay, we have if plus present simple, we stop in the present simple and then future simple, okay? And in the next one we have if in the middle, so after if we have the present simple, before if we have future simple. So here we say, we change the color first and we say will be destroyed, okay? Will be destroyed, will be destroyed if pollution continues, okay? Continues. Yes, so the verb in the present simple. Change the color. Yes, continues to increase. Okay, next task, we have task 4. Write sentence B so that it means the same as sentence A. So here we have 3 sentences, okay? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the first one we have air is getting warmer because the temperature rises. So here they gave us in sentence B, they gave us so. So after so, what comes after so? So after so we have the result, the effect, the consequence, right? And before so we have the reason or the cause. So we need to look for the cause and the effect or the result in sentence A. So we have air is getting warmer because the temperature rises. So because لأن, right? So after because we have the reason, okay? So this is the reason temperature rises, and the result is air is getting warmer. So here we just write the cause here and the consequence after so, because we can say we have so, therefore we have as a result, as a consequence, consequently. All of these express result, okay? So here we write the cause, okay? Here I said we write the temperature rises. So we have a full stop here, and then so, and then comma, right? Comma, and then we write the second sentence, which is so air is getting warmer. Okay, full stop. Okay, so this is sentence B. Okay, we have here the cause, and here we have the consequence after so. Okay, this is the right one. We'll change the color. We choose blue. The next sentence, we have sentence A and B. She asked them, what will happen if we don't stop it? So what is this? So as you can see, the quotation marks, you can see the colon, okay? So here we have the direct speech, okay? And then we have to rewrite this sentence to the indirect speech. So in sentence A, we have she asked them, what will happen if we don't stop it? So now with the sentence B, we can say she asked them, what would happen if we didn't stop it? Why? Because we have here the reporting verb is in the past simple. The verb here we have here the future simple, right? So will in the present simple turns to be would, okay? Will turns to be would. We omit this, the colon and the quotation marks, and we write, she asked them, what would happen? Okay, so we have would plus stem, remember, okay? What would happen if what? If we didn't. So from don't to didn't, from present simple to past simple. If we didn't plus stem, of course, if we didn't stop it, okay? And full stop. Okay, I will just change the color of the sentence. Okay, yes, so she asked them what would happen if we didn't stop it. Right? Here we move now to next sentence, sentence 3. He asked me, can you suggest some solutions to avoid this phenomenon? So they gave us in sentence B, he asked, so you finish the sentence. Okay, so here what can we say? So of course we have here direct and indirect speech as well, okay? So he asked me, can you suggest some solutions to avoid this phenomenon? So what can I say? So I say, he asked me if I could. So you see, he asked whom? He asked me if I could suggest some solutions to avoid this phenomenon. Okay, so he asked me. Okay, he asked me if I could suggest suggest some solutions to avoid this phenomenon. Okay, so here is the right answer. Okay, he asked me if I could suggest solutions to avoid this phenomenon. So from can to could, okay, because the reporting verb is in the past simple, and we said when the reporting verb is in the past simple, the verb here do or does change. The verbs do change, or one verb does change, okay, of course. So from can to could. He asked me if I could plus stem. Could suggest, okay? So he asked whom? He asked me if I could suggest some solutions to avoid this phenomenon. And now we come to the last task. We have fill in the gaps with the appropriate words from the list below. We have needs, machines, to satisfy, and serious. So here is the tag. Here is the sentence. Let's say. So we have pollution is a very problem because most of it comes from which man has invented his daily. So we can say here pollution is a very, we change the color to red, yes, is a very serious problem because most of it comes from where? Where does it come from? So it comes from machines, right? It comes from machines. We change the color. Machines which man has invented to satisfy our needs. So which man has of course, to satisfy his daily needs. Okay, so invented to satisfy his daily needs. Okay, needs. So let's change the full stop and let's change the color to red, the first one, and to satisfy. Well, omit this and two. Okay, to red. Yes, so we have no written expression in this test. Okay, so I hope it was clear. I was clear in explaining what I explained. If you have any questions, you can leave them down. If you need anything, you can of course contact me and I will try to do other tests and exams for you. Okay, and I am also publishing from time to time on my Instagram stories some revision, some kind of tasks, so you can check there. Okay, or you of course can ask me if you need any help. So good luck and stay hydrated and see you.